Hey folks, welcome back. It's the Restoration Couple. This time we're down in the lower yard doing some work on some of the older buildings and making some much needed improvements to the old parlour. So stick around and I'll show you all. Right, something a bit different today. We're down in the lower yard. This is where we run our chicken and poultry business from, and a little farm shop, and we're trying to sort out this building here. There was all sorts of sliding galvanised doors from when it was a parlour for milking, and obviously it's not quite as in keeping as we want. So what we've done is put a little bit of framework in that one over there. This door's to go, and that way we were able to use up some of that nice oak feather edge I had, which is tying in with those posts. And then the next job is going to get rid of this brute, and while it could always be put back in front in the winter if we weren't using the building, we are going to put a stud wall within this space. And then in here, which at the moment is in kind of limbo mode, this is where we have the small farm shop for collections of meat boxes and things. However, we're actually going to put these doors on that we had left over from the last house. Joe's painted those, so we're hoping that we can hang that pair of them in this opening with a bit of feather edge oak either side, or just kind of fill the space and frame it out. This is what we had blast cleaned a year or two ago. So all this brick was covered in white sort of gloss, and we just did a really light blast. I think it was like a soda type blast on there. But either way, we're gonna hopefully have this a little bit more user friendly by the end of today. So these are the sort of jobs I like, using up everything we've already got. I had a bit of lead left over from the old house, oak feather edge that I bought some bargain a few years ago, and it's just been sat in the barn. And then a little bit of stud work that we had lying around already. But this is where we kind of diagnosed this building a few years ago. This is where they've normally got these T sections on top of the posts. And this would have been open, 3 bays open originally. And then there's some modern brick that's been infilled here and here with windows. But they lopped off the end of the T's there. So it is what it is, but it's far more usable like this, like a building, than it is an open 3-bay carport. We'll use what we've got. But that's the brickwork infill. If you come over to this side, this is actually more like the brick we've tried to match with the house. So this is the original part of the building with lime mortar. And this, funnily enough, is a future project. Everything is a future project. However, you might want to get involved in this one, you might not. But I got a bit of a harebrained idea that many hands make light work, and this little bit of a restoration heritage project could be something that other people get involved with. So we're going to do a Patreon weekend. It might just be a one day, it might be a couple of days, and people can opt in and opt out. And we're just going to see if a group of us can just repoint the whole of this. We'll do all the nasty prep work, rake all this out ready, clean everything down, do any repair work. But actually I've got 2 bulk bags of the lime putty mortar from the house build, which is a good match to this, that are left over. It makes sense to use them. And I thought if we got a bunch of us, it's basically just this end wall, which is quite worn, and the first section along here, which unfortunately has been repointed in cement, which I've got to rake out. But what I'm proposing to people on Patreon is we'll do a point, pork and a pint day. So well, if you don't like beer or you're vegetarian, you are still welcome, but ideally if you want a pork roll and a pint at lunch and some bit of pointing, then let me know. You have to join us over on Patreon, of course. But like in previous years where we've done some Patreon weekends, I thought it'd be a bit of a fun one, and we'll see how we go. Bit of music on, there's no like power tools, it's quite a leisurely thing. If the sun's out, we could rattle through this quite quick. Right, we're a week on, or the next week I should say, and we're doing a little bit more work on the mini farm shop parlour building. And well, improvements are getting there. We're just kind of using up everything we've got, hinges and things like hardware. So your gap's bigger at the top.
I've custom cut this top head, so whether this lines up with that one.
We've also got the generator out there, which was a bit of a panic because on Saturday morning everything went quiet, power was off, and apparently it was a planned one, which I must have missed the letter about. So it was off all day. Well, it was about 5 or 6 hours in the end, so we managed to get that started because we literally had 100 chicks hatching, all the heat lamps, and could have been a bit of a disaster. But coincidentally, the guys are on the roof up there putting the solar on, so had that been in place with the new batteries, it wouldn't have been so much of an issue. I've been playing around getting solar panels off vans, but Tom's now got both doors in, which is pretty smart for a wonky building. So we'll have to do a little cover strip there. I've got some sills to get sorted at the bottom, just like a weather edge drip bar, and then we're going to do some door stops now. So what we're going to do is just bring out a section of this Douglas fir board that we've got, and it'll just come out 15-20 mil beyond, so you've got the same sort of reveal on the side of these posts, and it'll just be a bit chunkier rather than just doing a little door stop there. And we'll run it over the top, and same on this side. Even though it's a post this side, we're just going to bring it out a little bit further than the post. But it's looking good. So all we're going to do at the bottom is just, we're going to grind that concrete step just to put a little bit of a slope away from the door, because even once we've got that drip edge on it, any driving rain at the moment is going to come under. We're not going to fit a sill or anything like that. It's a fairly utility building, so we can hose down. There's drains here anyway. We just don't want driving rain to come in and be a slip hazard. This has been really worn because I quite often drag pallets in with the forklift. We don't need to do that anymore, so I'm going to give it one more coat of this garage floor paint to smarten it up, and then we'll get the doormat back in. And this is the drop ceiling I put in a couple of years ago. We did a video on that with some reclaimed joists. It used to be like a bolted ceiling. We pulled all that down, put these in, so that needs a bit of a smarten up and some lighting. We're going to lose one of the freezers because it's going to be more of an honesty shop type, pick up your orders. We're just going to have one freezer in here, the others can be moved. And then some shelving to put along this side for feed and supplies as well, because we've got, you know, some of our dry goods for the poultry business and all these feeders and drinkers we sell. So that's the plan. But so far, feeling a lot lighter in here. Well, that was somewhat of a unplanned project, and we're not quite there yet, but we're getting somewhere close to it being usable. I'll give you a quick walk around and you can let me know what you think. So there she is. A bit of an upgrade for the old parlour. We don't normally keep a wingback chair in the yard. So all closed up on this side now, and draft proof and neat and tidy. Even found a bit of old lead there to dress the bottom. So that's all good, and that's going to weather down nicely and blend in with the posts that are already there. Jo had already done a bit of painting on those windows. She's got to do a bit more and then clean up the glass. And then this is how we're looking over here. So that is the door lining. Well, it's not really a door lining, it's basically a door stop, an oversized door stop, which of course I had sat for a couple of years drying, so it was nicely weathered. We had to put a cut surface on it, but it won't take long for the summer sun to hit that and silver it down, and then the oak finishes into that. We use these little stainless screws and they seem all right with the oak, and they're not going to leave us with any nasty black marks. It is freezing today, and on the inside we'll probably try and line this. We'll just ply line that at some point, but there's no rush. It's not a heated space at all. We're going to put a cover strip on the inside, on the outside of one of the leaves, just so we can close those together. But it doesn't have to be super draft proof in here. It would just be nice for it to stay nice and dry more than anything. So all I'm going to do is just probably put a self-adhesive strip around the inside of there. A little bit of sorting to do at the bottom. I think there used to be a wall there, that's why it's all rough, and then this bit was smooth. We kind of want it so it's all in the summer, we can keep both doors open. But as long as the rain sheds away from the doors, then that's all we need. Again, going through my hoarding pile, I had one of these for a bottom of the door, so I'll need to find, well, no, my luck, I won't find one that matches, so I'll have to buy two anyway. But we'll put those on the bottom as well, just to shed water away, because although this is east facing, it still does get battered by the rain once in a while. And then here, going through to the next room, we've just sealed up by putting a bit of door lining on there. Dad and I did that last week. And that's more just to make sure it's rodent proof and a little bit sealed. But I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet and get a door made up for that section, because that goes through to our chick room, brooder room, which is obviously not part of this space. So in here will be the dry goods and feed and storage, and some of our farm produce. In there, well, in there is noisy things. Let's see how clean this is. This is where we've got a bit of a temporary setup for all the incubators, and then all of like these guys. These guys hatched yesterday, so they're all in there ready and waiting. And a few ducklings are at the back as well. But the plan is we just sealed up this back door. We just taken it off its runners and screwed it against the wall. That's all going to get painted, and then we're going to have a load of pens built in here as well. So that'll be sort of a much easier space for us to work in, because at the moment we've just got lots of little pens and it's a bit of a pain. Actually, I can hear someone in here. Oh, two, look, you just caught the magic moment. A couple of Morans, look at the colour of those eggs. So they're the dark egg layers that we've got. I won't bore you with chickens, but there we go, all good. So that is little unplanned project, which I had very little to do with, because Tom was just super efficient working on his own, and I just kind of kept grabbing things and getting in the way. But before I sign off, little bit of audience participation. What door handles, hardware should we go for? I think we had just some old hinges we already had, but here I'm guessing black, probably the most in keeping, sort of wrought iron, sort of black black doorknob, door handle I should say. But we want to get that ordered just so it's all usable. There's not really any other metal hardware on here, so, well, unless I stick a giant cast iron wheel on there. I've got to get back around the other side now to the main build, because today is solar panel day, so everything is starting up on the roof. It's a bit of a windy one, but we're going to get up on the roof and get some filming done with the team that are putting those in, which is all quite exciting, because once that sun comes back, then I'll be cheerful, because running all those heat lamps and freezers and everything is quite costly. Now, while we are finishing up on the topic of the farm shop and farm produce, we have a very small number of our prestigious lamb boxes available in 2 weeks' time. So if you would like to pre-order any of those, then you can do that down in the description. There will be a link there, or you can just drop me an email and we can let you know how to reserve them. So we're going to be in half lamb boxes again. There are slow grown, grass reared or outdoor all year round hogget, so they'll be ready. There's a little bit of bespoke cutting that can be done at the butcher's if anyone's got any preferences, but normally it's a mixture of joints, chops, mince, and sometimes burgers. We've also got a very small number of our pork boxes, which this time around will probably be quarter pig rather than our full big pig half boxes. And of course the obligatory sausages and bacon. So all of that is going to be ready soon, but we want to just get all the pre-orders in, and then unfortunately I don't think we're going to have chance to courier stuff this time round. It was just a little bit too hit and miss for our liking last time, and I just would much rather hand it over and know it was safe in person. So if you do want to order, then ideally it needs to be picked up from the farm. We'll send you all the information, but we're in Gloucestershire. You can come pick it up either fresh, or it can go into the freezers and then it'll be ready when you're ready, but ideally sometime within May. But I'll leave it there. All the information you need is down in the description. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you can, do it yourself, and we'll see you next time.